What's up, YouTube? It is your boy JB, and I'm here today with the review for Black Ink Crew Compton. This is season number 1, and this is episode number 7, titled Big Bear, Big Jail. So, you guys, without further ado, let's get into this video. This episode seemed like a filler. It just really wasn't too much in it for me, but we'll get through it. Alright, so this episode, it didn't technically pick up where it left off, but, it kind of did. Because, Barbie's been arrested and going to jail. And everybody thinks it's funny, but I didn't really 100% find that funny that she went to jail. I thought it was stupid that she called the cops, and then she told the cops that she knocked the windows out of the RV. Like, you do realize that that is vandalism, right? That was my own thing with Barbie. Like Lemire said, she snitched on herself, and I'm like, why would you do that? Like, make that make sense to me. And then Alana's talking shit about her, about, they need to fire her, like she's not a cute receptionist. I'm like, you're not cute either, but okay, whatever. So then we see Lemire, and Lemire goes to check on Nessie, and she doesn't know how how to feel. She doesn't know what to feel, because, she made a complete ass out of herself, which she technically didn't. She told the truth to KP, to be quite honest with you guys. Like, if it wasn't for Kyla Pratt, I'm so sorry to say this, but I probably would not have known anything about this show, and I wouldn't have watched the show. But actually, I would have watched it because I'm watching the Black Ink Cruise. I watch Chicago, and I'm actually behind on New York, but I do watch New York. But she's also mad at Lemire because Lemire didn't stand up for her, and I'm like, but again, you put yourself in that situation, so why do you expect for Lemire to stand up for you? Like, don't get it, but whatever. So then KP comes into the RV, and KP tells him, like, if y'all had to calm down just a little bit, I would have told y'all I had a place for us to go stay. They're like, a place for us to go stay? He's like, yeah, I got a cabin. And so, so yeah, he's like, y'all did that shit for no reason. And I'm like, ooh, like, dang. And then they go to the cabin. It's a nice looking place. I'm like, oh, this is nice. And I'm like, oh, they really fucked up that RV. And I'm like, I know that ain't KP's RV, so I'm pretty sure KP rented that RV from somewhere, and Barbie fucked that shit up. Okay. So then the next morning we see KP, he's cooking breakfast for the crew, and he still can't get over what Nessie said and what Barbie did. Again, like I said, Nessie, I understood. Do I understand what she was saying? No, I don't. With Nessie, I got it, but I don't get it. Because like she said, he is Kyla Pratt's, boyfriend and baby daddy. So a lot of people probably weren't checking for this show until they found out about her. Because I saw a lot of people tweeting, talking about they were hoping Kyla Pratt would be on this show more than what she is. So, yeah. And Barbie, I know. Barbie was 100% wrong in destroying that fucking RV. That was not your property. Like, once you should have called the cops, waited for the cops to get there. Then once the cops got there, tell them, hey, I'm trying to get my stuff out of this RV. They won't unlock this RV for me. Can you help me? Instead of saying, I busted out the windows, I did this and this and that. Because you made yourself, instead of being a victim, you turned yourself into an aggressor. So, yeah. Alright, so then the next morning we also see that Voodoo has woken up, and she's calling to check on Barbie. Now she calls Barbie's cell phone, and it goes directly to her voicemail, and she leaves a voicemail for Barbie. And I'm like, wait a minute. You do realize that she's in jail, right? You do realize she doesn't have access to her cell phone, right? So why are you calling her cell phone? Why are you not trying to find the jail's number to call the jail to say, hey, my friend Erica has been arrested, and, I'm trying to figure out how to, go about getting her bail. Like, you could have done all that, but you call her cell phone. Yeah, okay, girl, if you say so. So then we see the group. They have this group activity that Nessie is going on, but it's hella awkward and hella uncomfortable. So then we also do see Voodoo. She goes to the jail, and she goes inside, and they tell her, you gotta go outside to the phone. it's a payphone. Technically, it's not a payphone. It's just like a landline phone. And she's like, I don't know how to use this. Where's the call button? There's no call button. You pick it up. You put your ear to you put it up here like this, and speak into the receiver. Like she's talking about, she's a '90s baby. You didn't ever see a landline. You never once saw a landline. You never once saw a landline. Cell phones haven't been around that long, but you never saw. Okay. Moving on, but she also does find out that Barbie had been released from jail earlier that morning, about 6 a.m. So then we see the group, they go kayaking, and Lemire gets his ass on a jet ski. So, the whole thing with the kayaking thing was, it's two to a kayak. And at this point, with Lemire being on the jet ski, the teams are completely uneven. So then, Nessie's like, well, KP, I'll roll with you. I'm like, really? You couldn't say Tim? Oh, that's right. Tim had linked up with Alana, and Ink Dripper was going to be by himself. I'm like, oh. Oh, here we are. Huh. Okay, yeah, so Ink Dripping was going to be by himself, but Lemire says, you know what, let me go back and help my girl out. So he goes back and he, joins up with what's her name? Nessie. So they have a good time with that. And then after that, Nessie got some text messages from Voodoo telling her that Barbie was bailed out of jail earlier by her cousin. And then we see Lemire. He goes up to Tim and he's making amends with Tim after the whole situation that happened between them. He knows that there's been awkward tension between those two, but he wants to make up for it. And they are good with each other. All right, so next we got the team. They have a little team. I guess it's a team building exercise where they play with, they water fight with each other. Kind of childish, but it was fun. It looked fun. So then we see Ink Dripping. He gives Alana a tattoo. It's 222. Forgot what the significance of it was because I don't really care. So then afterwards, they just have a good time with one another. And then Voodoo shows up. So then we see them, they're getting ready to eat. And then while KP is cooking food, Nessie comes up to him. She's like, can I pull you outside and have a conversation with you? So Nessie goes outside. She talks to KP. She tells KP, you know what, KP, I am so sorry for what I said to you. She says, I wasn't really thinking. You was thinking, all right. You said exactly what you felt and meant. Like, and just say, you know what, KP, I apologize. I was a bit of an asshole. Wasn't trying to be an asshole, but it just came out that way. Like, that's all you got to say. You meant what you said. You meant what you said. A drunk person means what they say. And KP is just like, he doesn't really know what to feel with Nessie because this is not the first time that Nessie has said something off the cuff to him. But he's like, you know what, I'll let it go for right now. And he says, never let it get to a point where you do that again. Like, please don't. Don't address his family. So then we do see them. They leave to head back to Compton. And then we see Ink Dripping and Alana. They go shopping for her. I don't know if it was a bathing suit top, but whatever the hell it was, it did not fit her big ass titties. Like, why would you get some titties that big for your small frame body? Like, I just don't understand it. Cause they just sitting up and then they sitting to the side. It's just weird. They do not fit her body at all. So then we see Lemire. Lemire goes home to Danielle, who is throwing him a solo gender reveal party because she has found out the gender of the baby. And they find out that they're having a little girl. And then lastly, we see the crew. They're at the shop. They go into the shop. The shop is completely fucking empty. But the doors were locked. And I'm like, so y'all don't think that maybe, y'all couldn't find Barbie for a while. Y'all don't think maybe Barbie went in here and, may have taken some of the stuff out the shop? I'm not saying that she did, but that was where my mind went to. But that was Black King Crew Compton, you guys. Be sure to like the video. Leave your comments. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell notification button. And share the video. And I will see you guys in the next video.